Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In the previous video, we looked at MMTLP and the focus on the key problems with regard to brokers, unnecessary fees, and also some FUD created by the brokers. In today's video, we're going to be following up by looking at MMTLP. There has been some developments with regard to the case from Rosa, and we're going to look at a response from FINRA, and we're going to break this down into 15 different parts in terms of how they have responded, so stay tuned for that. So before we get started, let's have a quick look at the market. So headline here from MarketWatch, we can see today was overall a green day, good day for the market. The Dow Jones gained 700 points as the stocks advanced a good amount over the previous, compared to the previous 5 weeks, and one of the reasons for this was the labour market data and wage growth finally starting to cool. So that's good news, especially for inflation. And if we have a look at the heat map here, good recovery. If you look at Tesla on the right, that closed up 2%, 2.46%, and open market, I think it was down very, very close to 8-9%. And all the major caps, technology is up, communication is up, financial is up. So a great day today, and long may this continue. So let's have a look at the breaking news from Rosa, and what she's tweeted here earlier today is FINRA's attorneys have made an appearance and filed an opposition for my motion for TRO. I have not reviewed it because I am at work and intend to read it after. I will refrain from revealing my position and strategy online. So great strategy there. I agree with that. Definitely no need to respond to in terms of opinions or reactions as of yet. She's also stated here she may sneak into some spaces on Twitter, so it'll be good to keep checking there and coordinating with some of the people holding these spaces. But what I've also shared on my post here, if you wish to add any questions, comments, opinions with regard to Rosa's case, there is a link there, and it's a Google Docs link, so feel free to go ahead and check this one out. So let's have a look at the details of the case in terms of their reaction. So this is in the United States District Court for the Northern Districts of Florida, and we can see here the plaintiff Rosa Tawil is got a case number here against the defendant, who is FINRA. We can see here we're going to be having a look at FINRA's memorandum in opposition to the plaintiff's motion for a temporary restraining order. So FINRA has now opposed this motion, and what I'm now going to do is share with you a summary of their detailed response. So having looked through the response from FINRA, what I've done here is summarise the claims into 15 different sections. So we're going to have a quick look through these and see in terms of their response and what the implications are for the case going forward. So first of all, we'll start with number one. First of all, FINRA identified themselves as a non-profit self-regulatory organisation. So in other words, what they are basically saying is they obviously publicly funded, they report to the SEC, but they're kind of here, they are saying they are law unto themselves. So self-regulatory, in other words, they make their own decisions. So number two, what they've stated in terms of MMTLP, so they're saying FINRA deleted MMTLP on the 13th of December, but did not cancel MMTLP. So that's a statement that they've made. Number three, they also stated that FINRA notified members to halt trading on the 13th of December. So they're here, they'll be looking at the brokers and the dealers. They notified them, they told them, look, you must halt trading on the 13th of December 2022. So number four, they're also here, this is quite important, they're claiming immunity from the plaintiff's claims. So this is based on previous precedents, it's based on previous cases. So what they are kind of saying, another way of looking at this is when you have diplomats from other countries, they have diplomatic immunity. They can come into the United States. So let's say a Russian ambassador comes to the United States, commits murder, can just the only thing the United States can do is deport them back to Russia, or have some sanctions, etc. So FINRA are claiming a similar situation. They are claiming immunity. So in other words, they are immune from prosecution, immune from the law. And they have stated that. So number 5, plaintiff are also saying plaintiff did not allege imminent harm. So what they're referring to the plaintiff, they're referring to Rosa. So they're saying there was no imminent harm. So basically what we are looking at as investors here is we're looking at the harm to our pockets, the harm to our dollars. But as far as FINRA is concerned, they think this is not harmful to us and to our pockets. What they don't realize is that people's life savings, people's hard-earned dollars, people's hard-earned income has gone into this play, and that is harming your mental health, your financial health, probably your marriage, probably your life, and probably your future. But they are saying there is no harm alleged. So that's number 5. Remember, this is what they are saying. The plaintiff has said. Number 6, FINRA is determines a major disruption to the market. So that's their justification, number 6, for halting MMTLP or stopping trading of MMTLP. So major disruption to the market. We could also respond to this and say, well, maybe the hedge funds, the brokers, dealers would have lost billions and billions and billions of dollars. So is that the kind of disruption you're trying to prevent? Number 7, plaintiff doesn't say she held MMTLP on 12th of the 12th. So this is not really something significant. I mean, you're saying that Rosa didn't hold it. Rosa did not say in her submission that she held MMTLP on the 12th of the 12th. I mean, that's fairly common sense. She's brought this case, so she's a holder of MMTLP. So why you're actually identifying this is a little bit petty. So you did obviously acknowledge that you're assuming that she's holding it, but it's not really something that should have been brought up, in my opinion. Number 8, FINRA determined that after the 8th of December, trading had the potential to cause significant uncertainty in settlement and clearance. Well, the truth is, the facts are we now have uncertainty, we now have confusion, we now have problems, and we now have a situation where nobody knows what the hell is going on. So number 8, FINRA, you're saying you prevented this uncertainty. The truth is, you created this uncertainty. And moving on to number 9, they've also stated here, the plaintiff's motion does not present an emergency. Well, if people's life savings and hard-earned dollars on the line, losing potentially all of it because of FINRA's actions is not an emergency, I don't know what is an emergency. So as far as FINRA is concerned, FINRA is basically saying this is a minor trivial matter, it's not even important. What the hell's going on? Why are you making this out as though it's a big thing? Well, for everybody who's invested, it certainly is an emergency. So it may be the case that FINRA is in cloud cuckoo land, has been stated previously in other videos. Those of you following will know what I mean by that. Number 10, plaintiff cannot demonstrate that relief would serve the public interest. Well, the public interest for transparency, operation of the rules, shorts closing their positions, and obviously the rules of trading where we as investors risk all of our investment, and hedge funds have infinite risks. So that's the public interest as far as we're concerned, but they're saying the plaintiff cannot demonstrate the relief would serve the public interest. So what you're saying is in the public interest is this whole mess that has just been created. Number 11, FINRA is immune from claims related to its market regulatory activity. So again, FINRA is therefore claiming, in a way, diplomatic immunity, saying, look, don't blame us, we've got immunity. Number 12, FINRA has absolute immunity for its regulatory function. So now it's emphasizing its absolute power, saying, look, we are untouchable, do not come after us, we are FINRA. Number 13, the Sherman Act is precluded by the Exchange Act. The two are incompatible. So what they are saying is basically, in terms of the Sherman Act, which was what Rosa was being in her case, a restraint of trade and not having the ability to complete your trade. We were obviously, if you looked at my previous video where I talked about the different legal implications, one of them was shorts not closing their positions, people not being able to sell because of a choice. So they are saying the two are not related. So they are saying Sherman Act does not apply in this particular case, and in other words they are kind of saying there was no denial or no restriction of trade. Number 14, any purported injury would not be remedied by injunctive relief. So they are saying, if you, in other words, another way of saying this, they're saying if we give you the 2 days back, it's not going to fix things. Well, that's 100% incorrect and not true in my opinion, and I'm sure in the opinion of all MMTL investors. You give us the 2 days back, shorts close their positions, the brokers buy out all these synthetic shares, we have relief, we have remedy, we have a problem solution, we have the solution, so it would be remedied. So you're saying it would not be remedied, we know it would be remedied. So I would dispute that. And finally, issuing a TRO would not serve the public interest. So in other words, the whole mess that is going now on in terms of the lawsuits, the damage to retail investors' pockets, that is in the public interest, what they are saying. So by having a fair and free market, is not in the public interest. So remember, FINRA with absolute immunity is saying they are acting in the public interest. And finally, let's finish off by having a look at the conclusion at the end of the submission in terms of the person represented FINRA. We can see here, for the reasons stated herein, plaintiff's motion for temporary restraining order should be denied. So this is what they are saying to the judge. They're making a request to the judge. So remember, this is just a response from FINRA. It is not a decision. So now, if this was a tennis match, the ball is in the court or on the side of the judge. The judge has now got to read all this. The judge has then got to read Rosa's side of things and then make a decision. So obviously, fingers crossed for an impartial judge who looks at this adequately and impartially from both sides and hopefully comes to a positive decision fairly soon. Finally, I'm going to finish off by giving a quick review of our weekly watch list in terms of some of the stocks that we called out this week. So if you'd like to get an advanced copy of the next week's weekly watch list, you can certainly join our Discord for less than $9 a month. So some of the stocks that we called out this week was MULN, Muller Automotive. It has closed up 47% on the week, and today it did finish in the red, and at one point it was up in excess of 83% on the week, and I think today was an example of heavy shorting. We also called out ATNF. That was the best call of the week, up in excess of 191%. So congratulations to everybody who got in on that. SCSN was up 9%. Another good call. Another great call was SCRX. That was up in excess of 73% on the week. So congratulations to everybody who got on that. FSTX, that was up 8.9% on the week. And also ARDX, up in excess of 11% on the week. So not all calls were successful, but these were some of the best calls in the week. So congratulations to everybody who got in on these stocks. And finally, thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.